morning, Leanna. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Hello, my name is Leanna Katz, and I currently live in Atlanta, Georgia. I was part of the first Teacher Abroad program and volunteered in Ghana from August 2011 until March 2012. I was part of the original team at YIST, and I started the high school in Abanasi. I decided to take some time off from college and volunteer abroad, and it was a life-changing experience.
Why would someone volunteer with the YIST Teacher Abroad program?
So who wants to change the world? By volunteering in Ghana, you have the ability to impact someone's life and really make a difference in someone's life. And volunteering in Ghana or anywhere in the world really allows you to see something different and learn more about yourself and others in a very unique experience.
What were you able to gain as a result of this volunteer experience?
I was really able to gain a better cultural understanding and a better understanding of the world. I learned about myself, I learned about others, and I also learned how we are all interconnected. I played teacher and I played student, and that was the challenge sometimes, but I was able to learn about myself and learn from my students as well.
What does YIST provide as far as benefits and accommodation?
So YIST provides accommodations. Each volunteer has their own living space and living quarters, and we also receive a monthly stipend, a living stipend for food and traveling and any other personal expenses. We also provide transportation to and from the airport when we first arrive and when we leave, as well as some periodic teacher training throughout the course of our volunteer experience.
What were some of your fears prior to arriving?
I think my first concern before going to Ghana was the food. I'm a vegetarian, so already my diet is limited, and I did not know what to expect in terms of food and if there was enough food even, which I learned there was, more than enough. And I was also nervous about teaching because I have no teaching experience and I didn't know what I was in for. I didn't know what to expect, but I think it was better off going in there with no expectations so that I wasn't really let down. But as soon as I got there, all my fears subsided and I was ready to go.
What type of support did YIST provide once you were on the ground?
So when we first arrived in Ghana, there were 3 of us who arrived around the same time. We took a taxi to the hotel in Accra, and there was someone at the hotel waiting for us, Kofi. And then later in the evening, we were pretty much the welcoming committee for the remaining volunteers who were coming in that night. And the first few days we spent the time in Accra with training and learning about the laws and the rules to live by in Ghana. And then a few days later we were in the village and ready to work.
Describe your experience.
So I really did not know what to expect with going to Ghana because I had never been to Africa before. I pretty much was thrown into the village, and I, along with 5 others, pretty much started the school. We walked up, we saw a dilapidated building, and we were told this was our school. So from that, we had to build a school. We had to build a community. We had to build the actual building, repaint it and refurnish it. And we did that all in about 2 months. And within 2 months, we had students enrolled and we were able to start classes. And once we started classes, it was the most incredible experience because I am not a teacher, and I realized how important education is and how wonderful it is teaching these students. And I don't know what it was about YIST. I don't know if it was us or the school, but we just attracted the most special group of students. And we started out with 4 students the first week, and by the time I left in March, we had 82 students enrolled. And they made my experience so wonderful. I love each and every one of those students with all my heart, and I grew attached to them. And I'm already planning my trip back to visit Ghana next summer because I just can't stay away.
How would you say this program is different from other volunteer programs?
YIST is different from other programs in that it provides a lot of autonomy. We don't really have someone down our neck telling us what to do every single time a day. We work as a team, and I worked with a team of, there were 6 of us total, and we were all in the same boat. We didn't really know what we were doing. We would troubleshoot, we would try this. If it didn't work, we'd try something else. That was pretty cool because you really learn a lot from troubleshooting, from trying new things, from learning from each other. So that was different in that we didn't really have much direction. We had to create our own curriculum, for instance. We had to create our own programs. If you wanted to start a health and fitness club, then you just went ahead and started it. You didn't have to really ask permission, you just did it. And so it has its pros and cons, but I think there's more benefit from it because we were able to do so much. There was so much freedom.
What are some of your regrets?
So I think my only regret is that I couldn't stay longer. I only could stay for 7 months because I knew I had to come back to start grad school. And when I left, I felt like there was still so much that was left unfinished. There's only so much you could do in 7 months, and I tried to do as much as I could and maximize the time I was there, but I keep wanting to go back, and when I left, I thought of new things I wanted to do. So that's my only regret, is that I wish I could have done more, but obviously time was an issue.
How does one get started? What is the application process like?
So it's really easy to get started. If you saw our job posting on idealist.org, then you may submit your CV or resume, and we should get back to you within 48 hours. Once we get back to you, we'll have an informal interview because we just want to get to know you and know a little bit about your background. And then you can submit a full application, and we will have a formal interview to ask you some questions and see if you're really fit for the position. If you get accepted, we will send you an acceptance letter that you need to sign and return to us within 48 hours, and then you're ready to go.
What type of character, skills, or personality should one possess in the role of a volunteer?
A volunteer should be really outgoing and flexible and ready for anything. It's a very much learn as you go experience, so you need to be ready to take in from your surroundings, learn from your surroundings and from each other. You need to be mature. You need to understand that it is not a 9-to-5 job. You're working all day, every day, sometimes in your sleep. I would dream about YIST sometimes. And it takes a lot, but it's so rewarding and so much fun. So if you're ready to have a good time and work and really make a difference in someone's life, then I think you're ready for YIST.